My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. This is a moment I wanted to come on just to kind of do a little demonstration of just a little bit of some sanding of things. You know, I've been showing all y'all these series of this stuff, and you know, I'd say it's all been recorded by the time this was recorded. It's probably shown up on YouTube by the time this video does, and this video's being recorded back in February, like where some of that other stuff was recorded around then or in January. And even though this video may not show up until April, around the time when you're going to see or have already seen what I've been talking about in the videos, but you probably kind of know how it is. So I talked about taking little breaks from certain series and coming back to do a little sanding, but it's going to come down to the fact that I say that we're going to show a little sanding right here. I've been working on these two little dachshunds and on these two little cardinals, among things the series were about. So is this moment we're going to try to sand along this little thing. I say that there's probably just a little bit more, kind of like some pieces of sandpaper around here somewhere, and I kind of just got the ones that happen to be in my carving bag out. So I say that this little rough grit is what we're going to start out with as we go about this cardinal here, and kind of work away along it. And I tell you that there's probably little flat, sharp surfaces in the wood that might even scratch you a little bit as you kind of go about the little process of the work and making things out just how they're going to come out and try to be. So it's going to come out a little, I say, rough at first, but you're going to manage it well. And I tell y'all, there's a little place here where there kind of gets to be little freaking complications. So come along here, this little area of the wing, and with this little part here, kind of try to get it right in, make it so it's going to be kind of a special way it goes. And I say just putting in little time and work and detail. Sometimes, just sometimes, there'd be videos I'd do before where I'd have a little time of devotion while I was kind of working on things. And it's kind of been a time where around the time this video was being recorded in February, which is currently now as I record, and I have been recovering from the flu, but I will have been long recovered by the time you see this video, by the time it comes out. So I say there's a little place here where there's a little mark left in the wood, so try to dadgum remove that little place with the rough grit sandpaper. Try to get that little valley out of there, and try to, like, I say, just work along smoothly to get things in the best order you can kind of get them in, and come down to where we see just fancy little things of awesome work and power and grace and all the good little things that come to a carving and a piece of wood and a work of art. And that's what we'll have here. Maybe try to turn this down a little bit so you can probably see the tray a little better. see what I might be doing, but might need to kind of turn it a little bit to a better focus here. So this is what we have now. Kind of make it where, and I'm telling you all that I got a special thing on the tripod where I could kind of be able to move the phone a little bit. It's just a little thingamajig that attaches onto this little piece of flexi wire that I used to have a pop filter attached to for when I was recording music. So I tell y'all that there's technical ways we have of working in special ways. I say that this is just one little amazing piece of work here. Come down to where we're getting down to the very crown of it all. And maybe come back, draw some little eyes, little lines into the little Bloodwood Cardinal's head. I say that this is just kind of how it is. I mean, currently as I record, I'm going back to work tomorrow after I've been over the flu, but no need to worry while you're watching it, because that'll be taken care of. But it is kind of a time when, while I record, it is still the middle of winter, and we have had a lot of snow this year, and it's being forecasted in the news that we may have another winter storm coming our way. So we're kind of not so knowing about that just yet, how that's going to be. And I say, and there's been a lot of work I've missed and a lot of routine I've missed, because I tell y'all that it's just a time when they had been calling off school these days for snow. And in case you didn't know, I work in a cafeteria. And so this is a little place where I say for this, you know, the break in the series of both the ones about the Cardinals and the Dachshunds comes about here. So with all being said, I say that this is just a time when we got one more Cardinal to do. I say that it's going to be a special little work in itself to come masterminding yourself, and away you go. And I say down a little path for what we don't know or have or need. I say just kind of sanding little pieces out to make what we have out of tough grit, and then get down to it to where it's just kind of like little times when we share with you the little facts. So I mean, I'd say it'll be after Easter by the time this video goes up, and by that time you will have probably already seen all my Easter soundtrack videos and all the little songs I put in the background of them just to kind of share the gospel with you. But it's just a little time when I just have so much to share. I say, you know, it's like, with it being February as I record, I have shows coming up in March, but that'll be something that will be already done and taken care of by the time you see this video as well. And there's one thing I'd like to share that I've been doing as of lately, and something I have yet to find out whether or not I'm going to do, and that is the Bluegrass Creative Market. And as I've been telling you about right now, I've been sending them a little picture with a booth display from another show and lots of things I make. And with all due respects, I say that this might be a nice show to work in, a nice show to attend. Anything is always a possibility where we are, where we're at with all our work and what we do. And I encourage you all to kind of, as we go about this life, make business a priority. That's certainly the kind of thing that I do with mine as well. Kind of just take little steps of faith to work in the small ways about what we got about here. I say, goodness gracious, and come down to what we're going to see with little bitty pieces of wood, what they come down to being. This bloodwood, I tell you, it's a good wood for carving, but it can be pretty hard for sanding, especially when you got all these little tough, sharp places in it. It can be a little rougher here and there just to try to deal with, to try to get around. But I tell you all that this is a good hobby to have. I've enjoyed it since the day I started it. I'll tell you all little things about how I started working with wood when I was 14. Took logs off the kindling pile in the backyard, took little hand saws and bow saws and cut little shapes and critters and dolls and reindeer heads out of those. Sometimes would kind of even take a Y-shaped branch and glue it to the top to make the little reindeer antlers. And with all things I say, there's probably been a lot of signs and insignias that come about the work when we do the things we do with it. I tell y'all that this is just wonderful little masterpieces we make. And of all things, it might be coming to the point where we might be needing to come to an end of the video pretty soon. I'm enjoying the recording though, and I say of all things, you know, we're going to get out a little tough grit and sand off these little two dachshund dogs as well. And just for what we say about the break in the series, it means a lot to have you all come on and subscribe to this channel and say what you'll say and do what you'll do, because I say that this little fun little pullover is just one of the things a lot of people have seen, a lot of people have liked, a lot of people have enjoyed from the views of my videos. And I tell y'all that there's so much more I've been working on as we go, and with little video effects in little ways, so much more to say and show and know and to do. I tell y'all that this is just a little type of wonderful work I have in my hands. I enjoy working with my wood. I enjoy my pride in my art. And with all the things I say, it's just kind of like taking a little break from what we do just to kind of get away from the things we don't need. I'll tell y'all that this is a good hobby for me. Might be a good one for you if you ever consider. So I'll say that for the future as well. Hope you all enjoy watching. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask. If there's anything you ever think you'd like to see me make, feel free to comment it below. And I say, if you're watching this video, I hope you will subscribe, because I've got plenty more to show in plenty more days and plenty more ways that I think you're going to like when it appears. So, as of today, it's been a great day. Y'all are always going to be what keeps this channel going. So, I say, with just a little pride and dignity and all that you all are the best. You all are probably some of the best people I know. If you're viewing this channel, subscribing and liking and helping my algorithms grow. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.